Hello everyone, I'm Justin, and for today's video, we're fighting some girls with swords. Play the music! The classical harem school fighting anime. This is not a new topic to the anime community. Many animes have delved into this kind of topic to some extent. Shomin Sample, Mac and Key, and more recently Prison School. So the whole topic of finding yourself trapped in an all-girls high school quote-unquote has been developed over the years, and in 2017 we got the most recent adaptation of this genre in Armed Girls Machiavellism. For those who don't know, this anime focuses around Fudo Nomura, a young man who was recently expelled from his old high school as a result of a massive violent brawl. He wants the normal life, but the new school he's transferred to is the private Aichi Symbiosis Academy, where the female students have been violently oppressing their male classmates out of a misguided paranoia ever since the school became co-ed, making them wear dresses, makeup, and acting like girls. A 5-member vigilante group called the Supreme Five Swords, led by Rin Onigawara, holds Nomura at sword point to concede to the rules of the school. At this point, Nomura challenges the Supreme Five Swords to protect his right to dress like a man. Yeah, you know, the usual plot. To me, this anime felt like a perfect mix of old and new tropes. On the first hand, we get the usual plot of a single guy finding himself surrounded by girls and, as per usual, having them fall in love to him after fighting him to death. But we also get this feeling of empowerment for the women in a school where the girls control everything, to the point of making the boys dress like girls. And in contrast to the typical harem, our main protagonist is not the typical lucky pervert that is just trying to get with the girls, but a rational guy that doesn't want any problem but knows how to fight and... Okay, maybe he's a little bit of a lucky pervert. Although this anime may not be a masterpiece, it uses common tropes to its advantage, such as the harem and all-girls high school setting, or the typical sword schools that have different abilities and advantages, and combines them together into an interesting story that uses the full potential of all these tropes. And while our main protagonist looks like all the douchebags in animes, Agent 6, the other girls have their own uniqueness that keeps you engaged for the, you know, the plot. And we also have lollies if you are into that too. The overall plot of the anime follows Agent 6 over here fighting his way with all the 5 supreme swords of the school in order to get their stamps necessary for him to get out of the school. He uses his fists to fight the girls as he starts defeating them one by one. During the anime, we also see some flashbacks from before he came to the school as he fought with a girl known as the Empress, who conveniently is also in the school and she's also in love with him. So to me, the high point of the anime are the girls and their personalities. We get the scary tsundere, the French girl who thinks of lewd stuff, the prideful lolly, the cunning girl, the real lolly. No, seriously, she's an elementary school student. I never had impure thoughts, I promise. And of course, the crazy one. So while our protagonist may look generic, the girls can complement it enough for us not to even care about him, which I assume is the point of generic looking protagonists, to make us feel like we are him. If I had any complaints about this anime, it's how rushed it feels. Well, the main plot seems to follow what we expect, fight each girl, get their stamp. The final resolution of meeting the Empress and finding her felt too rushed at some points. The last 2 episodes help us get into a better understanding of their positions and why she fell in love with him, so as a true K-woman, fighting and taking him is the only viable option. It didn't feel real or seamless to me. There was too much plot convenience, and at the end, it wasn't as satisfactory as if he slowly learned stuff for himself and fight her at an important point of the plot. That is the problem with having animes end before the manga has finished. Giving an original ending never feels that fulfilling at all. Now, I'm not saying I have read the manga yet, so I cannot be sure if this was the real ending or not. But from what I heard, the story is still going on, so I'm hopeful that we can develop deeper into the story as well as the backstory with his grandfather and the techniques that he learned during his youth. But until then, we can keep enjoying those cute girls with their swords. What did you guys thought about this anime? Who was your favorite girl? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, see you guys next time.